What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cinco podcast, where three friends get together and talk about their top five in hopes that it sparks conversation and memories of your top five. This week's episode is alcohol, and this week's episode is brought to you by Zima. Zima, you want to be cool and drink some kind of fucking alcohol that makes you look cool because the bottle's kind of different, but it tastes like straight ass? Zima. Whatever happened to those? Remember those were like
You
hot
know,
on TV for
you don't
Zimas,
like
bro?
you don't like Zima?
I tried it one time and it just tasted like a wine cooler.
Yeah, that's what it tasted like to
It
me
tasted like
too.
squirt to me. That's why I liked it.
Really?
Squirt.
I
Yeah.
guess, yeah. I guess it just tasted like wine cooler, so I didn't get why it was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
It
don't
says it was
know.
discontinued in the US in 2008, and
Mm-hmm.
then it had limited comebacks in 17 and 18.
What? Where was
Um,
I for these limited comebacks? Why wasn't
I
I notified about this?
I don't know. And let's see, it says it was marketed in Japan until 2021 when sales ended due to COVID. And
I
then
thought I
it
had a better chance
relaunched.
of buying a Mogwai. I could have bought a
It's
Zima in Japan.
well, hey, all you got to do is go to Japan because apparently it relaunched in 2023. So
It's back.
it's back.
It's super interesting the things that Japanese culture holds on to of American culture. Like I've seen those little like neighborhoods that all dress like gangsters and Chicano cholos and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and
I've
I'm
seen
like,
that too.
it's just these weird little pockets of things they pick up on, right? Like it's
Mm.
just interesting to me. Yeah, I guess there's like whole neighborhoods where they all dress like cholos, and I'm like, well, there's my uncle. Oh no, it's just a Japanese cholo. Like,
Yeah,
but without the like gang part of it. Like they're not like out there stabbing each other or anything crazy. It's just
it's just
literally
just
the
a
way they
look.
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just and Zimas. Who would have thought? Two things they held on to were cholos and Zimas, guys. Those were the two things right
Did
there they
you
held on to.
did you like Smirnoff Ice?
I'm not a big, I grew chest hair a long time ago, and I said, "No, I'm gonna be drink like a man." So, like, I stayed away from a lot of those things, bro. Smirnoff Ice were cool; they're all right. I've gotten drunk and hungover on everything, but I feel like sugary is where I get my ass kicked the most.
Mm,
Beers just get me because I feel like a barrel, the barrel they come in, like I feel like that because they're so heavy. But I think
yeah.
hard liquor doesn't at least make me feel as gross. I'll still be hungover, but I won't feel like completely like ugh, I don't know. Something about the sugary drinks, they start getting me kind of like I feel sick the next morning with those. Is what I've noticed.
Hmm.
So Smirnoff Ice, Zimas, wine coolers, those Mike Hard lemonades and stuff like that. They taste great though. That I will admit. You're not
Yeah.
wrong about those things. Taste good, but oof, it's the next morning's kind of rough and stuff like that. Speaking of being rough, hey guys, welcome. Stevens, how's it going?
Oh, it's going, just getting back into the swing of things and living life to the fullest. Woohoo!
To the fullest. Talking about alcohol. Woo! 2 more sips. Enrique, how's it going?
Everything is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember,
That's
guys,
all you
my
got?
name's Ivan. That's everything's good, bro. Not to the fullest. He's to the middleest right now. Remember, guys, my name's Ivan. Welcome once again. Hey, Stevens had a fact as we were talking before this. This will come out hopefully weeks after this has been stopped and everything. But like Jesus Christ, man, being 3 California kids, it is a wild time in our state right now as things are completely burning down in Southern California. So warm wishes, and hopefully anybody who had family over there, everybody's safe as they can be because those pictures, those aerial views are insane. The shots they have
Yeah.
from planes and stuff, that looks
Scary.
so scary. Oh my gosh. Like they
Yeah.
showed one of Malibu and I was like, yo, like that. Okay, I'm going to be very ignorant here. So when they knew wind was coming, and because of said wind, there's high possibilities of fires. What is the wind? What sparks that? People making stupid, like I remember the one a few years ago that PG&E had to pay like billions of dollars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they made a mistake and that caused that huge fire that burned cities down and all that.
Yeah.
What's a connection? Like what starts this? And I'm truly being ignorant. I'm sorry if I'm an idiot. Like, do you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
Like when they say winds are coming, fire. What's a connection?
Does anyone know what started it?
I don't think they're
That's what
worried
I mean.
about
I guess
that
that's what I was
at
asking.
the
Thank you.
moment.
Thank you, Enrique.
I don't think they're worried about it at the moment. But like I was talking with people about it earlier today because it is a prevalent and scary thing. It's all over the
Mhm.
news. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of evacuations and all that kind of stuff. So we were talking about it, and when the winds come up, like, um Enrique probably knows, right? When the winds are in LA, it's something. Like, they come down through the passes, and it blows. And we've talked about before how my high schools and my elementaries, they would cancel school because of the wind. We would have wind days, right? Because the wind was so strong.
Crazy.
Kids
Mhm.
would, like, if you could hurt yourself walking through the door, right? Because you're trying to open the door, and if the door
Wow.
slams shut on your hand,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
So it's strong down there, and, like, my fear is that someone's careless and just does something stupid and starts a small fire, and then the winds are there and it just
Yeah,
carries.
okay, and that would make sense to me. I get the fact that if one starts, the winds make it nearly impossible to
Oh,
stop,
yeah. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
get that. I guess just the start of is where I'm like, "What? Like, we all knew it was coming.
Yeah,
Don't
but
start a fire."
if a car
You know?
backfires, like, it could be spark,
Oh,
like,
on
all
a
it takes is
grass, on a
sparks.
dark grass.
We're
Yeah, yeah,
dry
yeah,
as
yeah.
all get out, right?
Yeah,
Like, this
yeah,
state's
yeah.
got no water in it, so,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
any kind of spark can do it. My sister's without power because they, like, PG&E
Oh,
said, "Nope, we're
wow.
not taking chances." They turned power off because when the
God,
because
they're like, "We
when the
screwed up
wind
last
comes
time.
down,
We're not
yeah,
doing it this time.
it's
Not
it's
us."
true.
Wow.
So, like,
Wow.
because if power lines get blown down, things like that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Like, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
that
So,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Interesting. That's crazy.
I
They
just
they
hope
were
it's not intentional. That's the thing.
well, I it's probably a mistake, but like remember the one that was started by the when you tell them what baby sex of your baby
Oh, the
what is that called?
gender
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 reveal thing.
reveal.
reveal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people died in that fire, and it was from a freaking gender reveal. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And that's crazy. But yeah, they were clocking 85 miles per hour in Magic Mountain.
Yeah, that's so
That
crazy.
Yeah,
hell of a time to ride that
that's
coaster though, bro.
man.
That loop's like
Did
bending and shit. Like that's
so
crazy.
Universal closed, did,
Yes.
Magic
Hmm.
Mountain close?
I don't
Did
know, but I
Disney
know
close or
Universal did.
no? I didn't even see that. I haven't
Disney's
had
far
time to
enough
look at
away, no?
anything yet. It's far enough from where they are, but, like, it's not, like, it's in between my sister and LA. So if my
It
Oh,
sister's
is.
shit.
not
Okay.
getting power, like,
Mm.
so
Because
I
Is
don't
your
they
know.
sister in RC?
Hmm?
Is she in RC?
Close to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Redlands,
wow.
Riverside.
Yeah, that's way
Because
out there. I'm surprised PG&E.
Well,
bro, they had to pay so much money last time. They're like,
they
nah,
don't take
dog,
chances, man. I
you're
get
not
it,
getting
like,
us.
but that's what made I because the one fire, the Pacific Palisades, that started earlier in the day before the winds, I think, right? And all the other ones
Mm.
have come up because of the wind.
Of the wind, yeah. That's crazy. Well,
It's
again, man, hopefully
scary.
everything's doing as good as they can, and
Mhm.
I mean, there's been 2 deaths, I think, is the last time I checked, and but the craziest picture I saw was and Miriam talked about it, and I looked it up, a bulldozer or video, a bulldozer literally clearing cars out of the
Yep.
sidewalk so they don't like light up and burn up. So it's like Tesla and all these like nice cars just getting piled on top of each other because they want to clear and not have the explosive like just vehicles right there in front of these houses or whatever and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
and you know, all these guys that are firefighters in that area and probably from around everywhere are just getting sent over there right now. So, yeah, you know,
Uh,
so
well,
hopefully everybody's doing
Bakersfield,
as good as they can.
Kern County sent fire department, so
Yeesh, that's crazy.
yeah.
Okay, but anyways, guys. Well, I mean, like I said, hopefully everybody's doing as well as they can, and
I hope so.
being that all of us spent so much time out there, I mean, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, maybe this week. I was like before the fires, right? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Universal Studios, and now I'm like, they showed me a picture of just a skyline right now, and it's just like I don't think you can even breathe. So
Yeah.
I doubt like anything's really happening out there. Talk about a bad air day, like that just looks horrendous and stuff. And so I could just imagine it's a little rough out there. But yeah, so hopefully he's doing it. Everybody's doing as well as they can. So speaking of other stuff that's way more fun than that, alcohol. Alcohol is a topic for this week. Question for you: can you remember the first time, the very first time that you drank alcohol? Can you remember this? You
I
Well,
guys,
was
I can.
the very first time, no, but the first time
Well,
I
the very first time is
intentionally
because
did,
your
yes.
mom like rubbed liquor on your gums so you go to sleep,
Yes.
probably, right?
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Same here. So I know that
Yeah.
for a fact. I don't remember my first time, but was the first time with your parents?
Oh,
Mine
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I w they would be like, "Go get me a beer out of the fridge," and I'd pop that sucker open before taking it to
Stevens was always giving her pops half open, half drunk beers or whatever.
not half. I would take a sip and hand it over.
I'm sure there's a
But yeah.
the limit of what is it? The limit of when they can't get my parents in trouble anymore is already passed, so they're good. But my mom used to
Yeah.
give me Kahlua and milk
Oh.
as like a
Why?
treat because it was
What?
fucking awesome. That and probably because she wanted me to go to sleep. I'll be real with you. I
Yeah.
remember being a little kid and having some of that. And it was fucking glorious, bro. Like if you Kahlua is amazing. And like with milk, oh
That's funny.
dude, like, oh yeah, bro. So I remember my mom serving me that and me like loving every single second of it. So
I
like
bet you
that's
did.
like I don't yeah, I don't remember exactly the age, but I remember that. And there's also one of my favorite pictures of my grandma is me completely blitzed and her laughing at me because she was making me drink.
How
And then
old
like
were
I
you?
turned to I look like I'm five in that picture. I have it in
Oh
my one
my
of my
god.
frames, my digital frames, and it's like me like pointing like you don't know me, you know me, like kind of a thing, and she's just laughing her ass off. And I'm like, I think I'm 5 or 6 in that fucking picture. So it's totally with family, which is again, it's
So,
just funny. It's just
did
funny,
you
but yeah.
did you find yourself, like, not being sleepy ever when it was time to go to bed?
Just because I knew her, I was like, if I keep
Yeah.
acting like I'm awake, I'm gonna get some Kahlua and milk.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, I don't have a lot of vices thanks to baby Jesus, other than fucking our topic for next week, which are chips and alcohol. But I mean, it could be worse. Like, I mean,
It
I
could be
believe
worse.
that it could be worse. I believe if there was no chips and alcohol in my life, I'd have a six pack. But fuck me, bro. Chips are that one thing, and alcohol is that one thing. And I'm gonna have one, and I'm literally like Will Ferrell in Old School. He's gonna do
It's
one. He's gonna by the fucking end of the night, I'm streaking. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not it doesn't stop at 1.
it never stops at one, bro. Like it
Yeah.
just doesn't. So I mean, what about you, Enrique? When was your like your like first crusade into drinking? Do you remember?
I mean, I used to take, my dad used to always give me drinks of his beer
See?
because
So,
we always
yeah, yeah.
would, yeah, we would always go to my uncle's house, like, every weekend, every Friday night, and kinda they would just
Hmm.
kinda hang out in the backyard and, and
Hmm.
drink and listen to music and do carne asada, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the kids are just running around playing, and I remember just I would just go up to him, and be like, "Hey, can I have a drink?" And he just let me take sips out of his, and there was Budweiser
Yeah.
on top of
Ooh,
that. It was always
good God,
Budweiser.
man.
I think mine was Bud Light too, and then Miller Genuine Draft for a while.
Yeah,
Fancy.
and
Yeah.
I mean, I
That was
hated it.
later.
I never liked the flavor of it, but it was just I would see all the men
Yeah.
drinking, so it's like,
Hmm.
"I got a drink," so,
Hmm.
and then but it was never it would just take I would just take sips here and there, so it was never nothing that ever got, like, tipsy or nothing, but I was
Hmm. You weren't like
probably,
me
I
with
don't
my
know.
grandma.
I don't know, I was probably I mean, I'm thinking I'm probably 10, 11, 12. Around that
Okay.
time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You should
Nice.
come around. It's like, all right, here, try it out, see what you think, kind of a thing, or
Yeah.
whatever. Dude, I remember when my dad lost his job and he had to like cut back, so he started drinking Natty Lights. The old
Oh.
natural
Oh,
light,
yeah.
bro.
Ooh.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a rough one, bro. There's
Yeah.
some rough alcohols out there, some things that I don't like. Nobody can find those tasty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be ones that I'm just like, people don't really drink this for pleasure. This has to be for like pain. Like, you know what I mean? Either to swallow the pain or to feel no pain. But like, because I remember like Night Train was this
The
like
hell that?
40 ounces. Any 40 ounce I've ever tasted in my life does not taste good.
But
Mickey's and
does any beer taste good?
oh, I think there's some tasty beers out there.
If
Like
it's
this
not
weekend, I do like the sours. I think
no,
they
but that's
taste
different.
good.
That's not what we're talking about. We're not I'm talking about, like,
Oh,
I
buy it from the store?
yeah, like beer
Mhm,
in a can where you
mhm,
know what I mean, Coors Light, like all that
mhm,
stuff, like
mhm,
the
mhm.
general beer that we would
Okay.
consider a beer. Is any of that taste good?
A long, 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 long time ago, when I would work in the fields, um, after when you're dehydrated,
Uh-huh.
a tall boy of like anything, bro, when you're thirsty, I do
I was gonna
think
say that
it
too.
tastes incredible. Pacifico when you're just like
Okay.
thirsty and hot. I do like that taste. I'm not
Okay.
gonna deny that. I
I
don't
mean,
think it tastes good.
I know if anyone's listening to this, I imagine people are yelling at the whatever, like, yeah, it fucking tastes great. Like,
Uh-huh. No, but I agree
I
with you.
never,
There's a lot of beers
yeah.
that taste like piss
Hmm.
more than I think. I think I've tasted more bad beers than good beers.
Mm.
I don't know if that
Yeah,
makes any sense.
one that's funny is Corona. Corona, I've had Coronas that
Mm.
taste like ass, bro, and then other
Mm-hmm.
times it's really good. I don't know.
Because you were
It's
already
Corona.
drunk.
It's hit. No, no, no.
That's what it
Coronas
is,
have been
bro.
hit and miss for me.
Mm.
Yeah, I've had instances where it's like, oh my god, I would never, I would just leave it there. Um, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, for me, beer, I just never like the taste of it. So
No, I get that.
I would figure out other ways to get drunk.
No, yeah. But oh yes, there was after like at 3 p.m. It's like 110 degrees outside. We'd sit on the back of my dad's 67 Chevy that I would take to freaking work. And we would just pop open at the park. And oh my God, bro. It was the cheapest buzz ever because I was so dehydrated. It was just like, and it tasted like gold going into my
Yeah,
mouth, bro. Like I can't. Me and my buddy that would work together. Oh, it was so good. Like it was so good.
There is something special about the way a beer tastes when you're hot and sweaty and
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it is
It's
different.
so good. But I have tasted some fucking horrible beers. I told you guys about my freaking horrible pain at Universal Studios recently. That
Oh, yeah.
tasted like horse piss. One time, I took my dad to the rodeo. Yeah, it
Ooh.
was a bullfighting, and we went to Lengthwise, and he wanted to try. This is a while back. This is a while back. He wanted to try that crude oil, which for people that is like a very thick and I mean it literally looks like what it sounds like. I tasted that, I was like, oh, but it'll get you drunk. Like my dad was like feeling it after one.
Is that a
But
beer?
yeah, it's a lengthwise beer. It's one of their highest alcohol level ones. It's almost thick because it's so I don't know how I don't know and yes, beer people are like yelling at me right now. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
hoppy. It's
yeah.
something-y? I have no idea. I just know it was thick. Like, it
and
was
they
like
call it crude oil.
crude oil.
Crude
Yeah,
oil.
crude oil, something, something. It's one of their, like they have all their different names for their stuff.
Yeah.
That's the name for that one. And I don't know why my dad was feeling froggy, and he was like, "Get me that one," and I was like, "Okay," and, like, sure enough, that's what they did or whatever, but yeah, but no, yeah, man, I mean, I'm super glad that I'm able to enjoy, that without feeling like it's ever taken over me because I mean I've seen the other side of it, right? The people that totally get like warped by this stuff. So I'm glad that I've been able to be social and stuff like that with it, and I've never had to do it by myself, which I think that's when it gets a little weird. You're just by yourself. I always said like as long as somebody else is there with you, you're cool, man. But the time you start doing it by yourself, it might get a little weird. No, but yeah, man. Hey, anybody out there struggling with that? Like I said, everybody has demons. I tell people all the time, you can have demons that are like food. So like it could be anything, man. But
True.
luckily I've had good times and good memories with it, some really bad ones too. But I mean, it kind of is what it is. But that is today's topic. We are going with favorite alcohols. I'm wondering now, it's not on my list, but I'm wondering now, is beer is not an alcohol, right?
Yeah.
It has
What?
alcohol content or
Oh,
alcohol
okay.
level.
It didn't make my top five, but I was thinking about that. I'm like, is beer? I guess when because I to me those are two separate. But I like what you said, Stevens has alcohol. But those are two separate things to me.
Beer and alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah, yeah.
So what
I
is
suppose sometimes people do
Beer,
say we have
it's
beer and
brewskis, bro.
alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean.
I
Like
don't know.
Lengthwise is a brewery
I
with
have
only
one
beers.
I have one beer on my list because
Okay.
I do enjoy a good beer.
Hmm.
Um, but I didn't think about not being that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, like I said, because the only thing that was close to me, which would probably be one of my honorable mentions, was a michelada. Because I
Mm,
do enjoy a michelada, and that's with beer, right, and stuff. But it didn't crack my top five. I mean, I was like, no, I do enjoy these other things a little bit more. So that was kind of like where I was. But I was just thinking about that. Is it considered a beer? I mean, sorry, an alcohol.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, but I guess like you guys said, you have to have an ID and be 21 and over to be able to buy it, right?
Yeah. Google says yes, beer is considered an alcohol.
And if anybody knows, the overlords at Google know the answer to this or whatever. But okay, why is it that for a long time, you could buy cigarettes before you could buy alcohol. Now they're both 21, but us growing up, you could smoke at 18.
But they also thought tobacco was good, healthy and good for you. Like they promoted it to for you to do it. It was the healthy choice to, like
You look so
um
much fucking cooler doing that, Stevens. I'm gonna tell you
hell
that much
yeah.
right now. That man, I'm telling you, that's why they don't
See?
smoke on TV
It
no
was
more because they don't get
it
all
was
kids
not
hooked again, bro.
not only healthy, but it was cool.
You know what's crazy? Which is more important. But tobacco by itself is actually not bad, right? It's the stuff they put in the
The
filter that
process.
kills it, right? I've heard that.
I
Again, I could be making this shit up, but I mean, I've heard that like the tobacco's not the problem. It's all the other
I don't
shit.
know.
That's crazy because I
Is
always thought that was weird.
is chew pure tobacco?
Nah, it's gotta have shit in it too, I imagine. That's not good for your soul. God damn, man. The only time I ever chewed in my life, I vomited like crazy, bro. It was straight the scene from the Sandlot. Like, ugh, bro, that was gross and stuff like that. But yeah, I always want, I mean, you can go to the army and literally die for your country, but you can't have a drink.
Yeah.
That's just, I always found that strange. Like, I don't know. You're an adult, but you can't drink. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Which, again, I'm not saying they should make it 18. I just think it's interesting. Like, I wonder why. Like, what's the reasoning before? Like, let's keep it to 21. Like, is there like, do they literally look at things and say like most kids die when they're drinking before the age of 21 or something? Like, I always wondered why that magic number. Like, if
I
not, then make adults
well,
21.
I was gonna say, I think that's the thing, right? Like your bot, like they're looking at scientific studies, and our bodies develop later, and even in the last 40 years, right? They've learned a
Yeah,
lot
that's true.
just about our bodies and how things work, right? So like we wouldn't you're not stopped growing, like your brain doesn't stop growing till later, like mid 20s, right? So
Yeah,
even
24,
even
25.
considering that now, like they would probably be like, oh,
Hmm.
I
Oh, I
think
mean, I guess. I'm
it
just
would be
saying.
something to do some research on if you were that interested in your free time
I'm
and
not.
report back to us.
I'm not. I'll ask Google before I fucking fall asleep today. Because like I can vote for a president, but I can't have a drink when my guy loses. Like like that's
Yeah,
fucking crazy. Like you would trust me to vote for a president, but you don't trust me to have a drink. I always just
Yeah.
thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know.
yeah,
And again, I'm not saying bring that stuff down. Maybe we got to bring the stuff up to 21. Like, you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I mean, like Enrique, his kids have been driving are going to start to drive. I can't even believe that your license isn't even a real license when you get it.
yeah,
When I got my license when I turned 16, it was like, good luck, kid, have fun. Now there's all these restrictions on their licenses. I thought that
yeah.
was interesting too. Like, you know what I mean? But it's interesting or whatever it is. But with that being said, guys, we are talking about alcohols, our top 5. I'm super interested to see Enrique's list because I think there's all going to be rubbing alcohol. But with that being said, the last 2 gentlemen left on this whole planet. Ladies first, Stevens, what are your
Oh.
top 5 alcohols? What do you got?
Okay, so this one was tough for a different reason because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
like
this
I
was
will
tough.
yeah, I'll have like a drink, maybe 2 a month, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm a social drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Or when I'm sad and lonely at home, I'll have 1 beer. But it's like
Just one beer, or did you get
Just
wasted?
one.
no,
No,
just
just
one.
one, bro.
Just
You
one.
can't get wasted by yourself, dog. It can't be. It's got to be one, Stevens. You're on the limit, damn it. Only
Just
one.
one. Just
Just one.
one.
Okay. All right. We'll allow it.
Partly because I just want the taste of it. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
enjoy the taste of a beer, and like
Hmm.
one, like you said, roll you out like a barrel afterwards because they are
Yeah,
filling.
they're
Like
heavy,
a beer
bro.
is
Ugh.
filling. So
Hmm.
I'm only good for one. So this was
Hmm.
hard just because I don't know. I don't know what's out there. I don't know the names of stuff I've had that I enjoyed,
Hmm.
but these are the 5 that I came up with.
All right, we'll take it.
That will work
Please,
for
real drinkers of beers and people that make stuff in your backyard and people that fucking can taste wines and all that shit.
yeah.
Fuck you. That's not
No
us, all right?
no
Yeah.
no
like,
judgment.
please don't. No, fuck you. I'm
With
not.
all
Don't come here. Yeah, don't come
yeah,
here for
with
that
all due
shit.
respect,
No, I'm
fuck
saying
off.
don't judge me.
Exactly.
Don't judge me.
Being judgy towards them. Don't fucking start talking shit about our list because you fucking can put like, well, no, when I fucking put a beer to my nose, I can smell the. Eat
Yeah.
a dick. All right, we're just
Yeah.
having a good time. All right. Most of these drinks are probably gonna be attached to a memory. Let's be fucking real. All right. And
Yeah.
mine will probably consist of pussy. So just know that that's literally where these drinks are going. All right. I don't give a shit. All right. Just know. All right? And I'm probably the bigger drinker of the three. Like, you know what I mean? So
Cool.
stop it. All right. Just have fun. All right. There you go. All right, Stevens. What are your top five?
Enjoy my novice like list.
Yes. Come on.
So at number 5 is the beer. And the beer that I can no longer get in the United States of America.
Ooh,
and
okay,
so
wait, hold on.
it has
Wait, I
been
think I know
a
this
long
one.
time. Do
Newcastle?
you? Yes.
Yay!
Yeah, I freaking love a Newcastle, and we can't get them anymore.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about like the license with the company or whatever. Like I looked it up once a while ago, but you just can't get them here anymore. And
not even like
I'll have
Bevmo or like those liquor places.
no,
Nothing.
like nothing.
Wow.
They do
Okay.
have so Bevmo has a Newcastle, but it is not. It's like an imitation. It's not by it's not by the company. It's not by anything. So it's not.
Have you ever tried a pub, like an actual like an English pub, like, you know, like
No.
I don't know. I don't think we have anything
Do
locally, but you know what I mean, like yeah. Okay. All right, Stevens.
Down to the corner.
You know what I'm saying? Down the street, around the, you know what I mean? Like right there, right there, bro. No, do we have a pub? We have to have a pub in town.
Britain, I will have a Newcastle. That's the
you
thing.
have a motherfucking Newcastle. All right, Newcastle. When's the last time you had a Newcastle, Stevens?
God, I don't even know. It's been
Stevens,
like
there might be a Newcastle in my fridge. I swear to God, I might have one of your old ass Newcastles in there, bro.
Go look.
One in there,
go look right now.
Go ahead.
Keep going through your list. I swear to God, I'm gonna go look and see if I can find fucking Newcastle.
Shit.
Keep going through the list, Stevens. Don't stop for me.
Okay. If there's one in there, I'm gonna freaking die. Yeah, so like a Newcastle. And
I really hope he has one there.
I hope so
that
too.
would be amazing.
That would be too funny. I've like tried to find one that's similar. Like I've tried Sam Adams ones; those come close. Like a Sierra Nevada is pretty good.
So is it the company that makes that? Just they don't have any other product in this country?
Yeah,
I
think their license like stopped with America or whatever. I don't know why. I don't know what.
And I'm guessing it's a foreign company, so they maybe they just can't import or whatever.
Yeah, because they're from. I think it's from Britain. So
yeah.
But they just don't come here, and I can't find one that's exactly the same. So I have it because I miss it.
No way.
No.
What do you mean? This?
Oh my
Newcastle?
God!
Oh, no, you don't. No.
Oh, yeah. For those people that aren't watching
that. I've seen that in your refrigerator.
What?
I've seen that before.
That motherfucker's fermented, Stevens, has your name on it. For people you can't see, I deep throated this Newcastle. Yeah.
Wow.
So tell the people what it is and the company and everything. So it's a brown.
If you've never seen a Newcastle, it is a brown. It looks
brown
like piss when I drank too much soda. The top of the bottle says imported from England with a 4.7 volume alcohol volume. 4.7. The one and only Newcastle Brown Ale. I wonder when this thing was. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Because you brought this over, Stevens, like way back.
I'm sure, but I didn't know there was one there.
I think I might have more than one.
I've been to your house more than once in the last however many years.
You think you brought this over in 07? No way, right?
Holy shit. No, there's no way.
No.
07?
I need to find out when they stopped selling them here, because shit.
Yeah, it would be before then.
Because it has a date, it has like it has a bunch of numbers, but then the last two numbers are 07.
Bro, 07, you're talking about fucking over.
I don't throw alcohol away,
15
motherfucker.
years?
It don't go bad. I don't give a shit what anybody. It has alcohol in it. It can't go bad, bro.
I'm saying that thing has been in there for 15 years?
Maybe, bro.
Over 15 years?
No,
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I honestly don't. I don't know. The last
That's
time
It doesn't look like you should. It doesn't look like you should drink this, but I think you should fucking drink it. Like, but it doesn't look like you should.
Smell it. They stopped importing. They stopped importing in 2019. So
I find I just like most of you guys, we have a alcohol fridge. It's hidden as our second fridge. It's really just for
Yeah.
beers and shit. And yeah, man, I got stuff in there from like back in the days, bro. Like, yeah,
Wow.
That's
there
funny.
you go. There you go. Sorry, continue,
Wow.
Stevens. We found a Newcastle. I'll put it back in the
It's
fridge for you right now in a little
Thank you.
bit.
It's been at least since like at least 2019, like probably 2015 or
I
something.
think it's
So
soon. I think it's
probably
like
10
2015, bro.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years. Wow.
Because that's all I was drinking until I
Yeah,
couldn't find it
I remember
anymore.
this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow. I'm blown away. How crazy. I thought I would never see one of those again.
In the
Um,
U.S. Well, there you go,
in
guys.
the US. Well, there you go. That's my number 5. Um, I,
We really can't. We might as well just stop this podcast. I mean, it
I
just nothing
know.
sounds like, oh, what this? Like, I'm not gonna be able to do that with anything else. All right, Stevens, what's your number 4? What do you got?
My number 4 is a blackberry mojito I had at Outback Steakhouse. That shit was so good.
Stevens, I love your fucking list, dude. I always love your list.
There's
She's
something
all
about
fucking chicken in a basket. Fucking chicken in a basket's a cracker, motherfuckers. It's fire.
Hey, don't you talk shit about crackers. You know better.
It's right there, but I'm gonna leave it alone because it's 2025 and Roscoe doesn't eat low-hanging fruit. All right, Stevens, continue. Number 3, what do you got?
Yeah, so blackberry mojito.
Oh, blackberry mojito. Sorry, yes.
I say the blackberry and the mint, because a normal mojito is
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's too minty, but the
Mhm.
blackberry like cuts down on that and like pairs perfectly. It was so good. At number 3 is a mimosa,
Okay.
orange
The
juice
Italian
and
stallion
champagne.
took me
Mhm.
to try those, and I didn't care for them, and I've never tried them again. And I feel like I'm missing out because everybody talks about the greatness of a mimosa and breakfast, and I don't
Ugh.
get it.
Remember
I
we
used
had
to have it at breakfast. I can have it right now.
remember
Like,
we
I'm about to go make one of these motherfuckers.
remember we did a fantasy football league a long time ago, and he was in the
Mhm.
league, and we
Mhm.
we we drafted at your house one Sunday
Yes.
early morning,
Yes.
and he straight out showed up
We're mimosas, right?
with mimosas, yes, and served everybody a mimosa. Everyone gets a mimosa. You get,
Yeah.
and I was
That
like,
guy.
wow, we're having mimosas? I thought I came for a fantasy football draft. What the hell?
Champagne and orange juice, man. Hook it
Champagne and
up.
orange. I gotta try it again. I gotta go to I just gotta try it again because I maybe I just didn't get it at first. I don't know. It just didn't click with me.
If you don't like champagne, you're probably not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't like champagne. What if I never drink champagne? I don't know.
I don't know. I like champagne, so champagne and
Okay.
orange juice is
Okay.
even better. So yeah, that was what was that? Number 3. At number 2 is a good old margarita on the rocks,
Yup.
not frozen, with ice
Mhm.
or even tahini on the rim. I
Mhm.
don't like the flavored ones as much as
Mm.
just a standard, like give me that lime
Mhm.
flavored
Mhm.
margarita. And the better ones are like at, not to
Shit.
say anything, but at a Outback when I was 30,
No, they're fire, bro. Outback's
Yeah?
margaritas are
they
fucking
have
fire, dude.
they have
They're some of
one that they
Miriam's
put
favorites.
they put the extra shot in it. Oh
Mm.
my god, it's so good. And
Mhm.
it's not alcohol-y. It doesn't taste
Mhm.
alcohol-y. It's just good.
Mhm.
So
If
yeah.
we're finding out you want to get Stevens drunk, you go to fucking Outback, bro. Like
We
she's
go,
there for 2
when are we
things.
going to Outback? Why did we go to
Fucking
Lake
blooming
twice the other
onions
day?
and some alcohol, dog. That's what she's there for. A blooming onion and some alcohol. God damn it.
I guess that's where I'm adventurous with my beverages.
It's fucking,
It sounds
I'm in
like
the
it.
Outback, dog. You can see a fucking kangaroo. Fuck, nobody knows, bro. Let's go.
That's awesome.
Calls everybody Joey.
I'll start.
Bro, the weirdest date I ever had in my life was at a fucking Outback.
Oh really?
Why?
My
Tell us
wife and
about
I
it.
are trying. My wife and I are trying to have a fucking normal date, and this waitress decides to like we become her therapist to the point where she sits down with us and starts hanging out. It was
Ooh.
fucking strange,
I
bro.
think I've heard this story.
Yes, it was so
We-
weird. The same night, old people want my bones for my meat, and then like for their dog,
Yes, I've heard
and then
this
I
story.
give it to
Yes,
them,
yes.
and then they send us over like drinks. It was fucking insane, bro. Outback fucking goes, dog. That's what we're figuring out today, bro.
I've
It
heard this story.
fucking
Yes, I
goes,
remember
bro.
this.
Yes, it was like the weirdest weirdest fucking day ever. I'm like, what? I'm just here for a steak, dog. Like, what's happening and shit? But, anyways, Outback. It should be the tagline. Outback. It's fucking weird. That's what it is, bro. All right. Number 2, margarita. All right, what else you got, Steven?
Yeah, and then at number 1 is a sangria because
Bro,
sangria
good
is
call.
fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Also, on a hot day, like it just
Mm.
tastes good. Like it tastes like fruit punch, and
Yep.
when you get it mixed with real fruit juice in it, there's just
I feel
something
like
about it.
we're gonna get promoted by Outback. They have a bomb sangria flight,
Yes,
bro.
they
Yeah.
do.
They do, bro.
I didn't
They
say it because
fucking
I
do.
like sangria anywhere, but they have sangria there
They
too.
do, bro. Outback, you out there, bro? We give you way too much love today, but they got a bomb sangria flight,
Yeah,
and it's
they do.
good.
I
You get a
think I
little
ate at
bit
an
of something.
Outback one time in my life.
What,
Only
bro?
one?
Outback is fire, dude. Their steaks
Did we go there
hit.
one time?
We
Did we go
gotta
there one time
go.
with you guys?
We gotta go, man. Like,
Gotta
what,
But
go.
dude? They're
did
big.
we go at one point? Did you
I
guys
don't
invite us
know,
maybe one time?
bro.
I
Bloomin' onion,
I don't know.
banger. Bloomin' onion, banger. That
I think we
bread,
went one time.
that rye
I
bread,
think you guys
bro.
I think you guys invited us, and but that's the only time I've been there.
Their baked potatoes just go like,
Mm.
dude, bro. Hey, Outback, give us a holler, bro. All this free publicity you're getting with 3 people that are gonna listen to this, you dicks. And so again, basically, her top 5 consists of drinks from Outback. Is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Her
Drinks
list
from
was sponsored by Outback.
Outback. That's what it is,
That list is brought
man.
to you guys
Not
by
only one,
Outback.
only one
Bro,
specific to Outback.
no,
The others
I
could be anywhere. They just have good versions of it.
I want to show up with Stevens to an Outback, and the waiters all turn around and like, Steven!
What it do?
They're like, oh shit, it's Joey time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like,
It's mojito time.
break out the fucking sangrias, bro. Stevens is here, god damn it.
Oh
Oh
my
god.
goodness.
That'd be fucking
It's like
amazing,
Cheers,
bro.
like the bar at
Yeah.
Cheers, but it's a fucking Outback.
Yeah.
Where everybody knows her name.
I gotta start going every week. Shoot. New
Dude,
habit.
our local one's actually not a bad watering hole because it has that U-shaped bar that's kind of separate and it has TVs. That's all you really want.
Hey, new year, new habits.
All right, I'm down with some Outback drinking. I am down with that, Stevens. I like it. 2025, every once in a while, once a month,
Let's go.
we got to go have some drinks at Outback.
There you go. I'm down.
I like that. I think we
Fine.
just made a thing brought to you by Outback and the Cinco podcast. All right, there you go. All right, we just made something happen today. God damn it! Why did you do a podcast? I'm all because it's therapeutic as fuck.
Yeah.
Enrique, what's your top 5? What's your top 5 alcohols? What do you got?
So my list doesn't have a sponsor like Steven's. Actually, if it's probably sponsored by Yvonne's bar, Yvonne's house
yeah.
bar.
It's
Yeah,
sponsored
That's
by
fair.
Bad Decisions.
That's fair.
that's the only place I seem to ever drink alcohol at nowadays. So it's a good thing. It's all right.
I
Yeah.
understand.
So my cinco, let's see. I have 6 items on my list. Let me see. Let me try to decide here on
Hold
the
on real
fly.
quick, Enrique. Were there any honorable mentions, Stevens, that you maybe were like left off?
Just champagne and just red wines. Like I love a red wine, and I'm not picky on which one. Like I'm not a connoisseur. I'm not out here saying I know. Like I have a favorite brand, and I just
You swallow it, you swish it around a little bit, you spit it right back into the cup. You know, just like one of those.
No, I swallow that shit, but
like I'm trying to get drunk. You're like, I'm trying to get drunk. All
I
right,
want
Enrique.
the relaxation and the heart health benefits.
There you go. The benefits, yes. All right, Enrique, what do you got?
Well, at my honorable mention, I'll go ahead and put the Green Apple Angry Orchards, just because it can
That you
either
can't
be
find
that.
anywhere.
Yeah, it can either be that or the Jarritos or what's the other one that's pretty good. There's
I
about
like
3.
Ace. I like the Ace ciders. I think are really good
Mhm.
too. Mhm. Those
So
are some
any
good,
of
some good
those,
cider.
pineapple one is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then at my cinco, I'll do the pear cider from Lengthwise.
Damn, bro, it's a good
I
cider.
like it. Yeah, I like that cider from there. And it's a particular pear cider that they have that they make there, and I enjoy it.
Not enough love is Outback, but a big shout out to our local watering hole known as Lengthwise. Drank there so many
Mhm.
times, never had a problem, always had a good time. The food's amazing. It's a
The
local
food, yeah.
spot. I think it's really, really cool. And I mean, I've taken my nephew there. He heard the word pussy 300 times till like 12 at midnight, but he had a great time when he was 6. But I mean, it was a good time, man. Like you never have to worry about anything there. It's a good time. So I think it's really, really cool. So that's your number 5, right? What do you got at 4?
So at 4, I will put Cazadores.
Mm.
Sorry, I was
I have
vomiting over here for just trying to think the memory of it. God
I
damn.
look, I don't know what it is about that. I always had a good
Mhm.
time drinking that, taking shots of that. I had a routine down and I never felt sick. I never threw up when I was drinking, partying. The next morning never had a hangover. It was always a good time at Cazadores. It was always really good to me. Always had good times, good memories, so it had to make my list. I don't have it anymore
I
because
like it.
nobody likes it, and it's
I had a
I
bottle for you in New Year's, bro. We
you
could have popped
did,
that thing open,
you
bro. I
did,
had it
you
for you.
did. But things could have got a little crazy if I would have opened that. You
Isn't that the
saw how
All
my
right.
point?
night kinda ended we won't get into it, but, nothing crazy bad, but can you imagine?
No,
Oh my
it was a
gosh.
good time, man. Everybody had a
It
good
was
time, bro.
great. It was
It was
awesome. It
good.
was a good time.
Hmm. Yeah.
Number 3, I'll put a michelada there. A good
Yeah.
michelada. I mean, they're so big, like at games, when we go
Mm.
either, Dodger Stadium has really good micheladas. LAFC used to have a really, really good.
Boo!
But I'm saying they used to have a really, really good michelada. But point being is they're usually a good size in a
Say
good
it,
sized
fool.
cup.
Say it. Say it, Enrique. Say it. Call him out, fool. Call him out. You know what pisses me off, bro? Is that when Zach and AC Slater fought, I had his back, dog. I was
I
AC
know.
Slater all the way, fool. And then he went and made a shitty michelada. Y'all know what it
I
is.
know, bro.
Continue,
I
Enrique.
know.
What you're
I
saying.
know. But a good michelada, you can't go wrong. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
you just can't have too many because the older you get, the heartburn. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so my number 2. I call it the Ivan shot. Um,
Hey, hell
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know if it has an official name,
What are you
but
doing over there? My God.
Ivan shot his word. I'm making one as he's talking. That's what it is. I may have pulling it out. That's what I'm doing.
does this thing have a name, Ivan? Have you given
Oh,
it a
fuck
name?
it. I just fucked around and did some shit, bro. Like that's how you learn, right? You fucking
Well,
it's like cooking. You just gotta put some shit together.
tell the two
It's
people
we that listen to this.
yeah,
So it is literally using the chamoy flavored vodka. Using that, and we add a little bit of tajin, a little bit of chamoy, some lime, and then usually or sometimes orange juice, but it has to be organic. Enrique knows has to be organic, straight from the
yeah,
backyard. And then
yeah.
it's a shot, and it tastes amazing. That's a great. I'm not a vodka guy, but it's
Uh-huh.
like it's the bottle looks cool. Like
Yeah.
it's a good shot. It's a fun shot for sure. Hmm.
So yeah, I had some of that recently. Quite, I don't know. I probably had because you were giving me double shots for most of the night,
It's a shot glass, bro. It's not a double
bro.
shot.
That's not a shot glass. That tall shot glass is a double shot.
Yeah, you're right. You're not
Um,
wrong. You're not wrong.
yeah. So that's my number 2, and then my number 1 is a paloma, which kind of reminds me of what that shot
Mm.
is.
Hmm.
Palomas to me are so like
Hmm.
kind of like you guys were saying with beer. Sometimes it just tastes really good, and when it's hot, whatever. To
Hmm.
me, a paloma is just refreshing. It's just like I don't know. It's just reminds me of squirt, and
Yeah.
that
Well,
that'll
they
get
have
me
squirt in
fucked
it.
up. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And so that's my number 1. I don't have it all the time. I try to make
Hmm.
some at one. I had a little get together. I don't know if you remember, and they were
Yeah.
all right. But
Hmm.
I'm not a. I leave the bartending to Ivan. Um,
And my liver.
but
Thank you
Interesting.
for that.
yeah. So yeah, that's
No,
that's
yeah.
my list.
I like it. Good
Yeah,
list.
I like it. It's a good list. A good list. So my honorable mentions are cousins from different sides of the country. I love a really good michelada I do enjoy it also. I do miss LAFC's old michelada. I went to a Dodger game with these guys, and their Dodger micheladas are fire.
Yeah.
Had good micheladas. Found out that our local Water Hero lengthwise makes some micheladas, so I'm gonna totally have to
Mhm.
try that next
I
time.
yeah, I didn't
Because
we
yeah,
found that
I
out when
saw the
we were
mix in
leaving.
there, and I was like,
Mhm.
and they're using Mr. Clamato mix, which I've bought that before because it is a
Nice.
very good mix.
Yeah.
So that's another local spot. So it's cool that they're helping each other out in that way. But its cousin is with vodka, which is a Bloody Mary, and I love me a good Bloody Mary, man. Like it's in the that's my morning drink. Before I have a mimosa, I would love a Bloody Mary. Man, give me all the veggies in it. Like I remember when I used to have hangovers, go and get a freaking Bloody Mary, bro, in the morning. Like plus you're having a vegetable, so it's healthy. Like fuck yeah,
Yeah.
bro. And I've seen those crazy Bloody Marys with like bacon in it and like a piece of
Yeah.
fried chicken and shit. Like there's some like crazy Bloody Marys out there, but it don't have to be that crazy. You can just do whatever. I mean, I could love a good Bloody Mary. But number 5, shout out to my wife. This used to be our party drink for sure. The old Captain and Coke. God damn, that thing was Captain and Cokes are easy to make. They hit, they'll get you drunk, and they're cheap and they work.
True.
And like, you know what I mean? It doesn't taste horrible because I bought some drinks at like when you're at a club and like ugh, because they're not trying to make it taste good. They're just trying to get out volume. And I think
Yep.
Captain and Coke is a super easy drink to make. So my number 5 is Captain and Coke for sure.
Have
Captain
you had
Morgan,
those
one of the
ones
Captain
in the
Coke.
can? Are those
Nah,
any good at
not the
all?
biggest. I've never tried it. I can't speak on it because
Oh,
I've
okay.
never tried it. I just it's so easy to make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like why even? But I know they have all those stuff ready to go. Number 4.
I I think it's so that they can sell them at stuff, right?
Oh, so they just and then give it to oh maybe. But I no, I think they like making it the other way because they cut the alcohol volume on that crazy.
Mm,
I feel like when they're making it for you, unless you got a good, you leave a good tip and the bartender
right.
remembers you, and then you get a little more alcohol for sure.
Right, right, right.
Number 4, something that I've been drinking a lot recently and just kind of enjoying it and stuff like that is for sure Crown Royale. First off, it gives you a classy bag where you put your change. I mean, in fact, I got like 85 of those in my life, like at different places in my house holding change somewhere. But the different flavors have been really, really good recently. Salted caramel, the blackberry's been really good. Vanilla's good. Apple, just original and stuff like that. At New Year's, I made a drink with the blackberry and lemonade, which was really, really good. So a good Crown Royale, plus you get a something you can use, which is a little bag to hold your change. So that's always good.
Ooh.
Number 3, I got to go back to my childhood and my memories. It sounds horrible when we're thinking about alcohol, but it's a Kalua. Dude, Kalua just is beautiful. Oh, it's so fucking good. The other day at New Year's, I was so mad because I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna put some in my chocolate de abuelita because I remember that
Yeah.
used to hit, and I
Yeah.
go and I fucking don't have anymore. So I'm like,
Oh,
I'm gonna fucking buy a bottle. So next time we make chocolate de abuelita, I want to put some Kalua in that bitch and
yeah.
get fucked up on a child's drink. So that'd be amazing. So that's my number 3. Going back to my childhood too. The first time I ever came across this thing, we were in the mountains of Mexico, and little kids were drinking this, and babies were drinking this, and I was a kid, and I drank the shit out of this, and I danced with Aztec gods, and I woke up the next morning and didn't have a hangover, which is pulque. I went back to Mexico this summer. I said, "Fuck, bring the pulque." My uncle came through clutch. That bitch was in a big 2 liter of Pepsi, but it wasn't
What the
Pepsi.
fuck?
It was
So what
pulque.
is this?
Pulque
What's
is
what
a sap of the maguey plant. So it's a white, it looks milky. And it's a
mm,
drink of the Aztec gods, baby. We've been drinking that since way back, dog. So like it's in your system, bro. You've had it somewhere in your gene pool, bro. There's a little pulque right there, dude, and it gets you fucked up, bro. Like it's good and it tastes like pulque. I can't even say it. What sucks is you can't bring that over because it goes bad. Like you have to drink it within a day or two. So you can't like that's why you don't see it here. You
it's
can't
always
like
fresh.
pulque. Yeah,
They don't
that's what I'm
bottle
saying.
it or
Yeah,
whatever.
you're not gonna bottle it like tequila,
Yeah.
like anything. Like it's pulque. You have to drink
So
it.
in Mexico, do stores sell it
Mm-mm.
or you have to get it
My
from
like legit, my uncle brought it in a Pepsi can, like in a
You
Pepsi
gotta
bottle.
go
But
buy it from someone who's making it so
mm-hmm,
you get it
mm-hmm.
fresh.
Like I remember when I was so this last time they brought it then. The other time this guy would come down from the mountains because every Wednesday is a plaza day, or well now it's Tuesdays. It's a plaza day, and that's when it's like the town turns into a swap meet. And you would go to him and you would literally get bowls and you would dip it in his pulque and you would drink off the bowl and you'd be like, thanks. And then you want another bowl, you give him another chunk of money, and you drink another bowl.
Oh,
Thanks.
wow.
You're just drinking in there, bro. Like so good too.
Is it
Like
just because it's so like, it's natural from coming from the agave or what?
I don't it tastes like nothing any other alcohol I've ever had. It gets
Huh.
you drunk and I don't feel anything the next day. Like it's good. And I'm not even joking. When I went up to the mountains, because my uncle would help this family of like native Mexicans up in the mountains out, and he would take them clothes and food, and in turn they would make dinner for him, like a big old dinner for everybody that went with him. And they were making pulque, and everybody was drinking, little kid, everybody was, bro. Like it was crazy. Like I was like, well, then I gotta try it, and they let me try it, and it was ever since then, man. That was one of my first things when I went to Mexico to visit my family. I was like, deal, and he's like, got you, and he brought me some, and it was awesome. So pulque for
Hmm.
sure is my number two because it takes me back. And then number one, it's the base for so many amazing things and so many good decisions and bad decisions, but still decisions were made. It's tequila. It's come on, you can't go wrong. People are like, oh, it's so gross. Yeah, fool, but if you aren't doing it right, I get it. But what's the base of a margarita? Tequila.
Yep.
What's the base
Yep.
of a paloma? Tequila, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's there. Shots. I would not shoot anything else but tequila, bro. Like it's the best shot there is out there, and there's so many different kinds of. I recently found a website called is it Tequila Matchmaker, which is really cool because it the problem with tequila recently and what's causing people to have problems and get like hungover and bad with it is all the additives and the fake tequila that's out there. So this
Oh
this
wow.
this website tells you what the real tequilas are and like what doesn't have additives and what's not like fake and what's actually real tequila from Mexico and doesn't have anything to make it
Ah.
taste a certain way. So we went to Costco and we went through the tequila place and you can scan the barcodes and it'll show you what it is. And it shows you like that. Well, okay, the bottle that everybody loves, that white bottle, the one that looks like the Mexican. What is that? That's you know what I'm talking about, Enrique. What brand is that? It's a super fancy, expensive one that people like. You know what I'm talking about,
Is
Enrique? It's that blue and
is
white
it the
bottle.
one blue and white?
Hmm.
You
They
said,
had
and
some at your
does it have
party,
the
Stevens.
bell? Does it have the bell on top?
Like on top, yes.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
I don't
not
know.
a pure tequila. It has additives. You're paying for a brand. You're not paying for good
Mm.
quality tequila. It's crazy. So I went through it, and the highest ranking tequila they had there, that wasn't because they had like
Clase
a $300 bottle.
Clase
Clase
Azul.
Azul. Yes, you're just paying
Oh.
for a brand. It has additives. It has stuff in there. It's not pure tequila. So they have some bottles in the like they have that glass case that you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars and yeah. But for $60, there was one called G3, I think was the name of it. It's a distillery in Mexico. It's been generations there and everything. $60. I bought it. Knocked out that bottle in one day. Smooth, tasted great, felt good, and it was like an 89-90% like rating on that tequila matchmaker. So I say out to say people like don't get fooled and think that you have to go and spend a lot of money. Like just do a little bit of research and you'll see the difference when
G4
you're not.
G4
Yeah,
Tequila Anejo.
it's a big
Yeah.
G and then the number, right? Yeah. Hmm.
Mm.
I got the
Yeah,
clear.
they're
I got the clara. Hmm.
okay, so Siete Leguas is a good one.
There's another good one too. Hmm.
Tequila Ocho.
Hmm. I don't know about that one, but yeah, this
That's
website's
yeah.
amazing, and it'll tell you what it tastes like and what they
That's
add,
cool.
and they has a big thing like this is a real tequila,
So you're
and
not getting
like
all
that,
the sugars and whatever
all that
other
shit
stuff.
that's gonna matter probably make you feel weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
so $60. It was $60, and it was a great bottle, and we knocked it out in one day. Like it was because we were making drinks with it, we took shots with it, and I'm like, dude, this is really smooth. So
Hmm.
yeah, just I say that to say people don't think it's all the same because it's not, and not everything will get you fucked up. Because yeah, if you're out there shooting Corona, I'm not Corona. What's the one that used to get you crazy? Jose Cuervo. If you're out there shooting
Yeah.
Cuervo, bro, it's gonna be a bad time, dog. But you just gotta find the right ones and stuff like that. Or don't shoot, just taste it. Put a little something in there, a little squirt, little OJ, do a little something with it. It'll help out. It'll really help out. And again, you can't go wrong with the margarita. Come on, bro. Like margarita might
No,
be the safest drink to get everywhere, bro. Because even a bad margarita is like Slurpee.
it's
You're
still
like,
what
I'm like,
it's still
I'm eating a
whatever.
Slurpee, bro. Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's like bad pizza.
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
better than most things. Like even bad pizza is better than most things, guys. So that would be my number one again, tequila. I think
Okay.
it's a bad rap. But I mean, again, your bad decisions were made because of you, not because of the tequila. All right? Don't try to blame it on something else. You knew that fool was ugly when you creeped into the bed with him. So with that being said, guys, those are our top 5 alcohols. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're different than yours. Maybe you have 5 drinks out there. I know maybe you have certain drinks that you prefer. Stevens was more drink heavy, it seemed like. Mine was more like the actual just liquor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and again, Stevens' whole list was sponsored by Outback, the maker of
Yep.
good alcohol.
Outback
So,
Steakhouse.
Outback
Not
Steakhouse,
not
that's where we got it part.
intentionally, but I guess it's true.
Because That's the way it is. But yeah, man. Again, hopefully, anytime you enjoy these things, be responsible with it, guys. Number one rule, come on, is don't be driving anymore. That's the fucking dumbest thing ever. We have so many things that we can use instead of driving. Be safe out there,
True.
people, with anything else. It's just so crazy. Like DUI should like you should get a like come on. Like,
Yep.
like
I
come on, what are
know.
we doing out there, bro? With all these things we have now? Stop it.
It's true.
But
It's
enjoy
true.
it. Rate your guys' list compared to ours. Check out our Instagrams or MySpace or fucking the AOL online messenger. You check out your list, see what's going on there, guys. See if you agree with us. Think if it's different. Let us know if you want to you want a list that you want us to go through. And again, guys, have a good time with it. We're just having fun. We hope you have a lot of fun with it too. With that being said, Enrique, say bye.
Bye. We'll see you guys next week.
Stevens.
Bye, guys. Talk to
Remember,
you
my
later.
name's Yvonne. Love you guys. And remember, Wu-Tang's for the children.